CNET.com/live is the place to find your favorite CNET tech shows. From the hottest gadgets to the latest tech news, we stream it live 5 days a week at CNET.com/live.
I'm Dan Ackerman, and we are here taking a look at the Origin eon17-s. Now, when it comes to gaming systems from boutique PC makers like Origin, you actually usually think of desktops because they can put all the super high-powered desktop components inside and then build these really elaborate custom chassis around them. They look really cool. They light up in a lot of ways. When it comes to laptops, these smaller boutique companies are a little bit more limited in what they can do, but they can also still do a lot more than, let's say, a bigger brand like HP or Dell/Alienware can. In the case of this eon17-s, if this kind of generic looking black laptop box looks a little bit familiar, you've probably seen it or something like it somewhere else. It is a generic Clevo case. That's a company that basically makes stock laptops, and other companies take them and customize them. In this case, what Origin does is they take these Clevo laptops and they put in their own components, they hand tweak them, they hand assemble them, they test everything, and that's really what you're paying for, that sort of customization and that attention to detail, even though it's not as fancy as, let's say, an HP NV17 or an Alienware M17X case, because those bigger companies have the ability to sort of fabricate their own custom laptop bodies, what the smaller boutique just doesn't have the resources to do. What you do get in this particular system, and this is a very high-end version of this eon17-s, you get an Intel Extreme Edition quad-core Core i7 CPU, and it's been overclocked. And you also get an NVIDIA GeForce M580 graphics card, and that's also been overclocked. That's something super rare. You basically never see laptop video cards overclocked, and you almost never see laptop CPUs overclocked, but it does happen. When you put all that together, you get a super powerful system, although you're going to pay a lot for it. That particular configuration is about $3,600. If you just walk in the door with this particular model, the eon17-s, it starts at about $1,600, but if you're really going to spend $1,600 on a fancy gaming laptop, you might get a better deal for the same components from Alienware, one of the sort of mass-produced versions. Stuff like this Origin is really for people who want to push the boundaries and really get the latest parts and get them overclocked, and of course get that overclocking sort of burned in and tested at the factory before they send it to you. So while performance-wise this laptop is a real beast, that does contrast kind of with the sort of, generic, serviceable, but just okay keyboard and touchpad. I guess if you're gaming, you're probably going to be using a mouse or a gamepad most of the time. That won't matter as much. We did like there are a lot of different ports and connections on this. Besides HDMI, there's also DVI, there's FireWire, there's an eSATA port, so you do get a lot of the options that other laptop makers are slowly cutting out one by one to save a little bit of money. If you're thinking of getting one of these guys, obviously saving money is probably the furthest thing from your mind. I'm Dan Ackerman, and that is the Origin eon17-s.
CNET.com/live is the place to find your favorite CNET tech shows. From the hottest gadgets to the latest tech news, we stream it live 5 days a week at CNET.com/live.